So, we have an awesome shortcut here for how to double the profit in your agency without picking up a single new client. I know that's kind of a big promise. Now, here's a fun fact for you that you may not know. The average agency, talking Facebook ads, SEO, AdWords, web design, keeps their clients for exactly 90 days. Between 90 and 120 days average, which means every 3 to 4 months, they got to get a whole new client roster. And if you've ever been doing that where your clients are staying 3 to 4 months, then you work real hard on selling and marketing because you always need new leads and new people in the pipeline. And I'll tell you, some of the agency owners in our mastermind, for example, are getting clients between $5,000 and $10,000 a month who stay for minimum 2 years. I'll tell you, your life's a lot easier when you got a client paying you 10 grand a month for 2 years. And you got clients, I should say, not singular. And part of the secret in doing that is really twofold. Well, besides actually going after the higher clients in the first place. The first secret in doing that is expectations. I'll tell you, most agencies or people who run one, and this is what we're all trained to think, that you run some ads for a client or you do some SEO and you send them a monthly report. And that's basically the exchange. I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience where you hire somebody to do something and you've had a bad experience. And so those ghosts of bad experience show up in your next one. I'll give you an example. I hired a VA to take some important work off my plate, and I was a little disorganized. And after 3 days, I hadn't heard anything. So I'm thinking, are you working on it? And I realized after 3 days, they had just disappeared on me. So this happens with our clients, by the way. They're often like beaten wives who've been in 6 abusive relationships, and you show up and say, hey, I'm not going to beat you. But, you know, they've nonetheless had nothing but bad experiences. Come, Heidi B. We're going to go home and get a drink. This is toddler fun right here, just breaking into German's yards and banging the fence. Come. Come. So where was I? I got lost for a second there. And hello. And parenting. So yeah, I stopped for a second, lost my train of thought. We'll do this in 2 parts. The expectations. I'll tell you, I learned this from actually a pretty wise injury lawyer who said, if I expected to get $15,000 for a client, they had no idea what to expect. If I told them $15,000 and for some reason it was only 10, they proceeded to think I was the biggest idiot walking the planet. But if I told them 10,000, alle Leute aus Saarbrücken haben kein Auto. If I told them I'm going to get them 10,000 and got 20,000, I was a hero. And so what we're really talking about is not actually the results you deliver, but the expectation of the results you deliver. And it never occurred to me when I first started that when I'd get a client like for Facebook ads and I'd get them $5 leads in a really competitive niche where they're usually like 20, that I'm like, hey, look how awesome we are. They're like, all they would see is money coming out of their credit card, no business. And that's not good. I'll tell you, the second thing that makes clients stay a whole lot longer is actually the little things you do above and beyond that have nothing to do with SEO, AdWords, sales copy, web design, and, you know, those kind of things. And have little touches that just say, I care about you and I appreciate you as a person. I'm fun to be around, cool to work with. So I'll give you an example, a real example that we're doing in our agency. I just found a really cool custom bobblehead website, and I'm sending a client a custom bobblehead because I think it's fucking hilarious. And I'll tell you, the bobbleheads, Heidi, let's go this way. Honey. The bobbleheads will keep more clients, and the little handwritten notes and the flowers you sent them and the picture you framed of them and their kids will keep far more clients than I do really good AdWords. In fact, if you set good expectations and have really meaningful client service after the fact, you can actually be kind of mediocre at the delivery. I'm not suggesting you be mediocre, but you can be, and clients will stay. So if you're finding that you're in that boat where your clients are only staying 3 to 4 months, then you need to really look hard at those two things. What is the experience I'm delivering? And what expectations of the experience am I setting? Because they don't actually know how it's supposed to work. Cool thing is most marketers are so shit, and most agencies are so shit at expectation setting that you'll almost automatically be better if you just do any of it at all. And expectation setting, by the way, might just sound like this. Say, hey, in your niche, $20 Facebook ads are pretty typical. I just want to warn you. And we're going to test first, so you're going to see money come off the credit card before you see money come in. Don't be surprised when you get a bill for $1,000 or $2,000 and nothing on the surface seems to have happened, but we're actually testing all your messaging and your angles to dial it in. And typically we find in like 30 to 60 days we can make that work. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I know most of you guys, especially in these tough economic times, would do a whole lot better if people just stayed longer. In fact, it's actually the biggest problem most agencies have that they don't know they have. So their clients just leave too soon, and they're always hustling, always grinding, always on that hamster wheel. So if you're interested in getting off that hamster wheel, you should reach out because we've got a few offers that'll help you get the fuck off the hamster wheel. Heidi B, can you say may the force be with you? Say shoes. Peace. All right, peace out, guys.